Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy P Funk. Thinking right out here in my lab in the wee hours of the morning, and I'm in my book. Boy. I'm on your page too, and I'm just having ball. I'm not even gonna pre-read this stuff. Why? I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna do it as it is. Why? This is considered to be live, I guess. Why? Because I didn't pre-plan this. I didn't pre-read it. I didn't do none of that. I'm just so excited about reading it. I'm taking y'all with me through the journey. How about that? The first go round. This is what we're gonna get. Let's rock. Rightisms, 25 rule to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in my stories for life. I give you life lessons. You tune in and receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission, and I'm on it, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate. You, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching, spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get there together. So I asked the question, do you know you? You will not get through. That's what I do. It's rhetorical, but if you don't have an answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm your spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself, and to my yacht be true. We in page number 2 in this book. And I'm in the numbers of the pages. I just know I'm going in. We're going to talk about that Christ oil again. This is all the symbolism behind it. Y'all need to understand it's all symbolical. This is esoteric teaching at its best. I love this book. I know all this already. To be able to teach and express it, he gives me the platform to do that with because he got it already laid out. All I got to do is fill in the gaps. That's fun for me. Why? That's what I do. Let's go for you. We talk about the Christ oil now. Y'all hear about Christ being crucified, Christ being all that. This is all symbolism. This is the brain. This is where the vagus nerve, the spinal cord reaches the bottom of the brain stem, the medulla oblongata, what they call it. But this is what they symbolize it for us. But this is what's inside the brain. This is what it looks like. Okay, the pineal gland. They look like this, but this is how it looks inside the head. We get in the outer version. The 33 years of Christ, the fluid that goes up 33 and crosses at the vagus nerve, that's what they call the crucifixion. It's all symbolical. That's why I want to break it down for you. I'm just having fun. I'm just putting my point to the fact where somebody knows this too. It ain't just what I say, so I can back this up. So let's go. I just showed you the picture right here in the top part. That's what we're talking about right here. Let's dealing with this. This is the crucifixion at Golgotha, the brain. Oh, it's going to explain all of that. Okay, let's go. Let's talk about it. This is teaching to me. The Christ oil. Oh, no, excuse me. Nope, on the wrong side. Let's talk about the pineal gland. Because in Genesis, okay, this is what the pineal gland looks like from the inside the head. This is what the Egyptians showed you, the symbolism of it, okay? Let's talk about that and work our way down. I forgot I worked this way, did up. So I'm working on the first line. The first one is showing you the crucifixion of Christ. We just talked about that right here. Okay. And up top, I think I read that in the last lesson. Let me read it right quick. Jesus was crucified at Golgotha. That means the skull, which means the place of the skull. This represents Jesus on the cross. I just showed you the picture. It's all symbolically that aligns with what they call the midbrain. That's the stem back there halfway through. It looks like somebody being crucified. What? And they said that Jesus on the cross, right? In between two thieves. Who are the two thieves? Oh, the two guys. No, the hemisphere of the brain. Hello? Ding, 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 ding. See the misinterpretation? Misunderstanding of what the two thieves are. Y'all swear y'all know the two thieves. That was so-and-so and so-and-so. No, it's the left and right hemisphere of your brain. We talk about the head. He's in Golgotha. He's in your skull. It ain't literal. I hope y'all understanding this. All right, here we go. So now we got in Genesis 32, verse 30. Jacob named this place Peniel, for he said, I have seen God face to face. He didn't mean it literally. Again, if you miss the symbolism, occult teaching means everything is symbolical, so you can learn from understanding the symbolism. If you don't understand the symbolism, you're going to misinterpret the meaning. You ain't going to get to grasp the concept, and you won't learn. Simple. A lot of that's going on. But the pineal gland, the pineal, okay, meaning when he got enlightened, when he was tussling, and he got what? His own knowledge, he became conscious. The pineal gland is what they call the seat of consciousness. That's where God dwells. And it also refers to as what? The throne of God. This gland is what they call the gateway to higher awareness, your inner vision. I keep telling you that all the time. Divine connection. The pineal gland, it ain't just the eye. It's a transmitter, what? To God. That's direct. God tapped every human being with a pineal gland, put it between the two thieves, with the two brain hemispheres, that if you don't use both of them, they're going to steal from the other. One going to rob Peter, going to rob from Paul, essentially. And all this is symbolism that we misinterpreted and swear we got something. Christians, I love you, but y'all really missed the boat on a lot of stuff. Okay, and this is just a few of them. All right, let me wrap it down for you again. To obtain God conscious, you have to open the third eye. The pineal gland have to be tapped into. You do that by right. Kundalini, serpent power, righteous living. Living right, doing right, thinking right, acting right, and magic happens. That's what we call it magic. It happens internally. Now let's talk about Jacob's ladder. Okay, as a Mason, I knew the ladder. Okay, this is Masonic sign for Jacob's ladder. Okay, and the Masonic, that's the floor. We get to that later. I got a whole bunch. Don't worry, my brother. I got you covered. You see, I got the hat on. I got my teaching cap on. Now, let's talk. This is the body. This is the sacrum. This is where the oil rests for 2 to 3 days. And then it got to come back up to the brain. By what? The spinal cord. Rising Christ. 33 years. 33 degrees. See we're going. See the symbolism there? And it goes back to what? Heaven. That's the brain. This is Jordan River. This is the Nile Valley. Take you to God. All this is symbolism at its best. That's what this book is about. So everything I'm giving you is all symbolism. And I love it. Why? That's the hidden meaning. That's the teaching that we need to know about so we can know ourselves from the inside out. Mentally. Jacob's, okay, they say Jacob left Bathsheba and went into Haran, which is and had the sun already set. I mean, it was evening, nighttime. So he went to find somewhere to rest. When he came upon a good place to spend the night, I love this. And I ain't even read this. As I'm saying, I'm freewheeling with this. But I know the story. I get the concept. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I hate the little side hanging out. All right. But at night, he took a rock, symbolically, there and laid his head on it to sleep. Not a pillow, but a rock. Okay. A little rough. Jacob had everybody in the Bible got God in a dream except Moses. Jacob had a dream. What? That he dreamed that there was a ladder that was on the ground. So I mean, it started from earth. Going up into heaven, conceptually. Okay, this is metaphorical. All right. And it reached into what? Heaven. How did he know that? Again, but he saw the angels of God, what? Going up and down the ladder, coming to and fro. We hear that too all the time. Okay. Again, I know the story. I'm with you. But he said he saw the Lord standing by the ladder. And he said, I am standing by the ladder. This is all symbolical of what? Jacob symbolizes what? The sacred oil in this parable. The rock he rested on represents the sacred bone where the oil rests for 3 days, where the oil descends and remains for 3 days before what? Ascending. When Jacob saw the ladder reaching heaven, that's the spinal cord going to the brain. It's symbolical of your spinal cord, the pathway through which the sacred oil rises to the brain to go back home. Heaven. Hello? Spinal cord serves as the gateway, the stairway to what we call higher consciousness, or the divine awareness, spiritual enlightenment. Egyptian, we call it nihas, awakening, knowing thyself and God are one. Freemasons, my boys. You see, I got the pyramids, right? They there too. They there. See that? The body, the pyramid. The head, same thing. Untouched, disconnected. Because there's a whole nother level. That's why unconsciousness. Let me break that down for you right quick too. This is fun. All right, what did I say now? When Jacob saw the light in heaven, okay, wait. Now, Freemasons. This is us, and I'm a Freemason. All right. Represents, we teach esoteric teachings other than the exoteric, okay? We teach the hidden meaning, knowledge, and through what? Signs and symbols of the ladder and staircases to show you. I taught my son feathercraft masonry when he was a kid. And to this day, he still got a thing for what? Winding stairs. In my feathercraft, if you studied the craft, you know what the winding stairs is about. But it's a symbolism of you what? Ascending, going forward in your life, always on guard, always being prepared for what lies ahead, because you don't know. Life is a mystery, but you are prepared. Okay, your due diligence, head up, ready to do, take care of whatever needs to be done in life. Just a symbolic way of living. It's a way of life that you can practice. And trust me, I did, and it works. All right. So, and through ladder staircases, but these is all signifying the what? Ascent of your energy, kundalini or serpent power, through your spinal column, leading to what we know to be enlightenment. Ding, 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 ding. Okay? And it says here, this is a good play. I like the way I did the John 3:3. Okay? That's this one here. Okay? And everything they show you a picture of, that's what I said. I got the stuff now. I can break it down from the picture. I can work with that. See? Now, watch this. John 3, verse 3, 33. See, all this is symbolism that when it's done right, you can appreciate it. For the ignorant people, don't have a clue. Okay, you can put it right in their face and they won't even know nothing. And they get used to doing that. That's why they play y'all for suckers. All right. But John 3:3. Self-mastery. That's the master's number. But y'all got it. It's interpreted. I'm going to break it down for you a little bit better. Hope you get a better perspective. John 33. Unless you are born again, unless you reach this level of knowledge, you can't see the kingdom of God. That means if you remain ignorant, you'll never get to heaven. Ignorant people stay here. Okay, mentally, spiritually, whatever. But you can't get to God without what? Being born again, spiritually, resurrected, with knowledge of self, becoming conscious, aware. That's the name of the game. We are spiritual beings here having human experience. The human experience is what? To master oneself with what? Knowledge of self. It is no coincidence. What's this? Again, like I say, symbolism. It ain't by accident, coincidence that the number 3:3, John 3:3, speaks of what? Being reborn. Master's number. Okay. This rebirth only occurs when what? Your sacred oil ascends past the 33 vertebra, coming to what? Open up your pineal gland, going back home to Mary and Joseph. Jesus going home. The 33 vertebra is the spine, and it symbolizes spiritual awakening and the transformation into higher consciousness. It don't get no better than that. Really? Y'all Christians don't understand that? To misinterpret the idea of the Christ oil ascends through the 33 vertebra. Again, it's on the upswing now. It went down into hell, tempted by Christ. Oh, I get all the stories, and all this is saying the same thing, but without the drama, without the fodder. Okay? Spare me the fluff. Okay? It's telling you that when Jesus went down to the Golgotha, into hell, and he got to go back home. To get back home, he got to what? Ascend. And then, what's this? The ascends through what? Jesus said, only way to the Father is through me. Through the spinal cord, the spinal column, vertebra to the spine, and then it crosses what we know to be the biggest nerve in the body, the vagus nerve, which forms the intersection, which we call the crucifixion of Christ. The oil is being regenerated, it's being reborn. Sorry, but that's the concept. Again, the 33rd vertebra is what? It corresponds to the 33 years of Christ. Why do you think that is? Oh, by accident? No. Christ's oil, when it reaches the height of the brain, Jesus dies. The ego, the old self, dies. Is a symbol for what? The transformation from what? Matter now to spirit. We're going up. We ain't going down. We came down into matter. Matter has to what? Regenerate itself, charge itself, know itself, and do what? The ascend to go back home. That's the human game of life. They tell you that since the beginning of time. Okay? And y'all got that thing so twisted, y'all never make it home at y'all rate. Okay, why? You're going the wrong way? Simple as that. All right? But the 33 years is the matter of spiritual enlightenment. And watch this. Jesus dies at 33. It symbolizes your human transformation into spiritual enlightenment from matter to spirit consciously. It represents the sacred oil within you ascends beyond the 33 vertebrae. This signifies that the sacrifice of your flesh that you kill, nature, personality, will allow now the manifestation of one's true divine self. God consciousness, know thyself. That's a pin dropper. Why? Because that says it all. If you ain't understand that, you really got some comprehension problems. But let's go some more. I'm not done. This is the God L. Okay? This is him. But you see on top of his head, they tell you the pineal gland. This is what the brain stems look like from the spinal cord going to the brain stem. You want to get here. Okay? All of that. That's where the Christ oil makes its change and transformation metaphorically and allegorically. But it happens inside of you. You have to make the change. Let's talk about El, the Canaanite god, okay? Every culture had their gods, okay? El was, okay, we talk about El in the brainstem. I just showed you both those pictures. Let's talk about it right quick. Oh yeah, I got time. We good. But this is just information that's esoteric teaching. This is the hidden meaning that they mean behind the story that y'all get. Y'all get the exoteric, the top part of meaning. Y'all don't get the hidden meaning. Y'all misinterpret and misunderstand it. But you can't tell y'all that. Y'all swear, I know. Jesus Christ, he no, you don't know. If you knew, you wouldn't be talking like that. Moving on. Christians, I love you, have heard, watch this, that Jesus was crucified at 33. Y'all think a real man on a cross between two thieves, y'all literally made it happen. That's not the symbolical meaning of that. Christians, I love you. Okay, but you really got that one wrong. I'll keep telling you that. Between two thieves. I let that guy on the Tonight Show. He's funny as hell. He gets crazy. He got the facial move. I'm like him. I'm about to lose my mind. This is the concept. Between two thieves. Where were they? Okay, where were they at? Golgotha. There's no place called Golgotha. Golgotha is in the mind. It's a symbolic place, which translates to place of the skull. Come on, now work with me. I didn't read this yet. I know all this stuff, but he gave me the opportunity to present it to you, and I can do what I do without, yeah, you got a visual now. You got a visual to go with. I can work with that. That's what I'm saying. He laid the tone, so I'm just taking it out. This story is all symbolical. It represents what? The space within your skull. Between one's brain, you got a left and a right hemisphere. Sits between them is the pineal gland. Two thieves. Right? The left hemispheres of the brain. This wasn't literal. But y'all gonna put two guys on the cross. Jesus, can you help me? Can you put a word in for me? That's fluff. I don't need the fluff. That's irrelevant to me. Okay? What is on the cross? Spare me that. Okay? I don't need to detain it. If you're a Christian, y'all might like the fluff. I don't need the fluff. Okay, moving on. But that's the story and y'all sticking with it. I get it. Moving on. Now, symbolically, at the age of 33, it symbolizes that your spinal column, which has 33 bones in it, on the back of the human spine, like the ladder of Jacob, symbolically, he saw in Genesis, where in his dream, the third cross represents the midbrain and the verticals created, aka what they call the Holy Grail. It's shaped like a cavity inside a grail. But I just showed you the brain stem. The difference is showing you how The vagus nerve all connects together into the brain. And what's this? The space like a manager and a ladder or even a tomb. They use all this symbolical concept. They still think the pyramids is a damn tomb. No, but in a damn pretty fun there, yeah, they still think the pyramid is buried in there. No, nobody buried in there. It's all symbolism. We are the body. We are the tomb. The body is the tomb. The mind is the temple. That's where God dwells between what? That temple not built with human hands. It's all meant to. Jesus Christ. And the tomb, what the tomb? The tomb holds the pyre, matter, or what we call tender mother. Who's that? Mother Mary. And she's the one that produces what? The cerebral spinal fluid, which often linked to what? The sort of salvation. Salvation is what? This fluid that's called chrism, okay, is born and baptized in what? The River Jordan. Where did John the Baptist baptize Jesus? In the River Jordan, a.k.a. symbolical of the spinal cord. But y'all took it and made it literal. And what's this? In the spinal cord, it travels down into the nervous system and later what? Returns to be symbolically crucified at the 33rd vertebra in the brain stem of the back of the head called with the Holy Grail. Okay, Atlas, holding up the world with his head, with his neck. These are all symbolisms to make a point. And this process that's crossing the arbor, the arbor vital of the cerebellum, leads to what? A return to the cave for what? Sanctification, purification. This is all symbolic of what? Resurrecting or being born again from the cave of the third ventricle of the vagus nerve in the head. The sun and the moon represents what we call male and female principles that corresponds to all aspects of creation. They are part of what we know to be creation. But in the body, at the ventricle, you have that cross concept. That's where it comes from. And watch this. Here's some more pictures. I like that he gave us pictures. Okay. This is the first brainstem. This is Kundalini, 7 chakras, and this is it from a different perspective. Who's that over here? Okay, this shows you the masculine left brain and the female right brain. Okay. And remember, each brain, the right side of the brain, the right hemisphere of the brain controls the left side of the body. The left hemisphere controls the right side of the body. Did you know that? And most people who are left-handed, they swear they're God's chosen people. No, you just got your wires crossed a little bit, and you're a little different than everybody else. They think it's special. We all think we're special for some reason. That's cool. All right, that's ego. The ego always thinks it's God. All right, but now I just showed you the picture. Oh, at the bottom, this is a good one. At the bottom, the snake and the Kundalini. This Indian concept, Ida and Pingala, in the Garden of Eden. Male, female, the serpent, the tree. See the trinity there? You see here? Okay, this is perfect. This is the spinal column going up to the brain. This is hell. This is heaven. Okay? This is the modern day medical side. This is from ancient times. This is Aset and Nephat. This is Horus. And this is the wings of God of Ra, the sun disk. That's old, and it's still being used. Why? It haven't changed. The truth don't change. It ain't got to. It stands on its own merit. And you can dress it up any way you want. When we doing that, every religion dress it up a different suit, a different style. But it's all the same thing. Hope you're getting the concept, understand it. Now let's talk about this next lesson. I'm getting done. Oh yeah, I'm almost done. One more. The sun and the moon symbolically represents male and female principles that correspond to all aspects of creation. That's where it starts. The sun is positive, male, and electric, while the moon is negative, female, and magnetic. Together, the sun and the moon contribute to the production of what the sacred fluids within the brain. These two sacred fluids are referred to, you ready, in the Bible as milk and honey. And that's cool. That's cool. But if you don't understand it, y'all think y'all going to a land flowing with milk and honey. That's not cool. That's my point. Don't give them a misinterpretation that got them in the wrong way. That ain't gonna help them one bit. They still looking for this land of milk and honey. Y'all wandering around the desert for 40 years. Come on, man. It's all symbolical. But the land flowing with milk and honey is only a symbol. It's all symbolical, and it's symbolized that your brain, the seat of divine creation and consciousness and enlightenment, you have numbers in the Bible, Numbers 14, 14 chapter, 8 verse. It says, and if the Lord is pleased, right there, the Bible tell you, if the Lord is pleased, I don't need to be a religious fanatic or a Christian Muslim Jew to understand how to please the Lord. Righteous living, virtuous living is the philosophy that I live by. It's the same thing as pleasing the Lord. Watch this. If you please the Lord, if you please the Lord with what? With us. If the Lord is pleased with us and how we act and what happened, he will bring us safely into that land and give it to us. What does that mean? That we're going to walk around the desert for 40 years and claim allegiance to God, and then all of a sudden you're going to lead us to the land of milk and honey? No, it means you're going to study, live, do, and be your best self, and it's going to happen within you. That's the idea. And what happened? It is a rich land. It's flowing with what? Milk and honey, and he will give it to us. Not literally. Spiritually and mentally, not literally. And again, I'm almost home. I got one more. This last page right here, I promise. Okay. See here? Right here. This is the brain. This is your brain. That's the pineal gland. How did they know that way back then? Okay. The three wise men. I'm about to break that down for you too. My Puerto Rican people think about the three wise men. No, it wasn't. No, it ain't. Stop. Y'all don't make them the different. Your story ain't no different, no realer than nobody else's. They all are mythological, allegorical stories. But see here, this is the temple building. This is a Masonic hall. I'm gonna break that down for you too. I walk that walk too. Man, I'm having fun. If you want to learn, this is the place to be. Because I'm teaching right now. Let's wrap this up. I just showed you the biblical story of the three wise men. Let's talk about that right quick. From where? From the east. That's where the sun rises, right? That's the thalamus. This relay center of the brain. It processes what is sensory information and your consciousness. Your pineal gland, the other wise man, is the seat of the soul, and it's associated with your inner vision, intuition, and enlightenment. Your pituitary gland, the third, is the master gland that what? Regulates hormones, and linked to the divine wisdom. That's the three wise men. Three glands in the brain that produce or do different things functioning. Y'all think it's three wise men, magi and all that? Nah, come on, man. Y'all just make mythological, allegorical concepts literal. That's where the misinterpretation comes from. Moving on. That's the misunderstanding for my concept. Let me wrap it up for you right quick. Now the ladder, again, which represents the spine. Jordan River. Oh, I forgot the medical sign down here. I showed you that. The medical sign employs what? This symbolism because of what? The belief that when the Kundalini energy rises the chrism oil to the brain, it activates what? Your healing properties within the body. That's why with the Kundalini, everything is working good. The body regulates on its own. It takes care of itself. It stays in balance. There's no dis-ease in the body. Dis-ease comes from the body's out of balance when the chakras is missing, like a piston in the car. If they all function together, the car performance is perfect. If one missing, other got to compensate. So if those are out of balance, there's no ease. When the body is out of regulation, that's what happens. You start compensating. Someone else got to do this for that, so the body's not straight. It's not in balance. You can't ride a bike if it ain't parallel. All right, wrap it up for you again. Now let's get right to the spine and column concept. The ladder is the spine, which represents the east, in equal what? Ascending toward the brain. The idea is to raise Atlantis to the top. George told us that a long time ago. But in esoteric symbolism is what we teach and what we're doing right now. The ladder represents the spinal column, the sacred path through which your spiritual essence, your energy, the Kundalini power in Egypt, we call it the serpent power, and Greeks call it the Christos, the oil. It ascends through the east, from the east, symbolizing upward movement, okay, toward what? Enlightenment, align with the brain and what we call higher consciousness, better known as having knowledge of self. So the three wise men, watch this, there are three significant glands in the brain: the pineal gland, the pituitary gland, and the thalamus. I told you that the thalamus is essential for the sensory perception and consciousness, and maybe also produce dopamine. That's the good feeling in the brain. You feel good about it. The thalamus, dopamine, is what? Neutral, neurotransmitter, excuse me. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter, a chemical message that transmits signals to the brain and the nervous system, and it plays a critical role in what? In the survival, in the severe function. It includes this: mood regulations. The dopamine is known as the feel good. Told you that, okay? Mood, a neurotransmitter associated with what? Pleasure principle. What? Do things that make you feel good. Motivation. Do things that help you get towards what? God. Motor control. It helps regulate movement, and its deficiencies is linked to what? The Parkinson's disease, when the nervous system don't control itself, which Ali had, which causes traumas and mobility issues. Attention and learning. Dopamine is essential for the cognitive function. As long as it feels good to you, you're going to do it. Your behavior and your decision making through what? Your brain's reward system. You do what makes you feel good. I do what's right. Those are two different concepts. Understand that. And regulation of sleep. It influences sleep and wake cycles with what? Imbalance affecting your sleep pattern. When you're not getting the proper rest, your body's going to suffer, okay? I'm going to stop right there because I got some more, but I'll be right back. You know the deal. It's a half hour. I know your memory ain't long as a mosquito sting, so I don't try to hold you too long, but I do appreciate you tuning in and getting the lesson because I'm giving it to you for just that purpose. And in closing, right thinkers, may you all there to be 100, me 100 minus a day. So I know that my right thinkers can start to understand this Christ oil and the symbolism of Jesus and passed away. I'm about to go to the gym and read some more, and I'll be right back with some more lessons.